Some severe weather hitting the country through Saturday and Saturday night. We've got a fair few warnings in force. 2 amber warnings, one for ice and one for snow. Some pretty tricky travelling conditions through the rest of today across some parts of the UK. There's wet and windy weather to contend with, even if you don't have the snow and the ice. Many places starting the day crystal clear across central and southern Scotland. It'll be a very different end to the day here. We've already got wet weather into Northern Ireland, the outbreaks of rain intensifying, the winds picking up to wet, and it is rain across Wales and southwest England as well. But elsewhere it's a cold and frosty start across the central and eastern parts. The winds really picking up in southwest England. Very gusty conditions here. The winds could cause some problems. We do have warnings in force for the wet and windy weather across the west. The rain intensifying through the course of the morning. That could cause some local flooding. Now at this stage it's still largely dry over the Midlands, eastern England and a good part of Scotland. But things will be changing as the wet weather arrives, hitting the colder air across northern England and Scotland especially. We are concerned about some snow and the real threat of things turning very, very icy indeed. Freezing rain is rare in this country and it is very dangerous indeed. And temperatures are going to struggle throughout the day. 2 or 3 degrees as the wet weather arrives further south and west. It is turning milder, but it is a wet and windy Saturday here. But it's as that wet weather arrives, as I said, hitting the cold air, we'll start to see more snow over particularly the hills of central and southern Scotland. Moving a bit further north, the hills of northern England could see a little bit. We may even see some at low levels for a time, but the bigger threat across parts of northern England, southern Scotland is with freezing rain turning to ice. So that's when snow falls out of the cloud, it melts, it turns to rain, and then as that rain hits the surface, it freezes instantly and makes driving very, very dangerous indeed. So an ice risk across northern England, down towards the Midlands, into central and southern parts of Scotland. Some of the major roads likely to be affected: the M6, the M62, the A1, the M74 and the M8. And to the north of the central belt, we have an amber warning in force for snowfall. Combined with strong winds, that means blizzards. Some, again, terrible travelling conditions, roads like the A9, for example. Expect travel disruption if you're out and about. This is this afternoon into this evening and overnight. There could be some disruption to power lines, and small communities, particularly in the snowy area, could get cut off. There's a wider yellow warning where we could see some snow, and again, ice is also a risk, and that warning continues through Saturday night into first thing on Sunday morning. The snow will be easing by then, but it's still a wet start to the day in the far northeast and windy. The winds will be a feature of the weather throughout Saturday and Saturday night, easing down a bit on Sunday, but perhaps picking up again in the west as more showers start to come in here through the afternoon. Elsewhere, it looks a bit drier and a bit brighter on Sunday, and for many it'll be a little bit milder as well. Temperatures 6 or 7 degrees, 9 or 10 in the southwest, but that's actually a little colder here on Sunday compared to Saturday. Quite a lot going on then, I think you'll agree. Please keep up to date with the very latest from the Met Office. The warnings will be updated and they'll be available on the Met Office website. Download our app and you can take the weather with you and monitor the warnings there as well. And of course, you can always follow us on social media.